Can everybody hear me clearly?
Yes.
Cool, nice. Okay, still people are coming in. Just wait a second. I'm gonna let everybody see.
I see Gavin.
Okay, cool. So we're gonna start now, and we had the 7 sessions of the music theory based on RCM before. If you look at the website abcpiano.ca, there are classes in there, and these sessions that we're gonna study together is gonna be a little bit different from what we studied. We're gonna add all the musicianship part into these online sessions, which including the ear training and sight reading. So as we start now, and just very quick heads up in here. So we're gonna study based on what we study in the in-person classes actually. So you need to have the papers, like regular papers, and manuscript papers, which is the papers with stuff notations on it. And if you don't know what is that like, I'm gonna show that to you. Do you see the stuff in there? 5 lines, 10 lines in total. There will be the papers just like this. If you don't have that thing, next class we're gonna you can just print it out at home, or you can buy them online. And we also need pencils and erasers. So just for you to just write down something on it. Okay, and of course, if you have your exam books or the piano adventure, you need to prepare them to get ready for something that if you don't know, you can ask me in the online classes. Sounds good? Okay. So in these sessions, because we're gonna record everything here, and I really suggest everybody to turn your cameras off because it's going to be online. It's going to be online. And then the chat box, do you see the chat box in here? You can just turn on the chat box. There is a direct message. So the private message, there's a private message in here. So you need to change the message to everyone to message to David, which is me, and you can find my name on it. So in the future, in the study, we're gonna write down some answers in here, and all the answers would be go directly to me. So far, any question? Okay. So we're gonna quickly go through what is RCM exams look like. So the exams are gonna be split into 4 directions, which are physical development, music literacy, musicianship, and art history. So those 4 pillars are involved into the examinations. Okay. As what we have studied, I know that some of you have already took the exams before. So it would be like this. This is in-person or online exams looks like. Okay, basically it's online. If it's online, then it's audio test. So the examiner is gonna ask you to play something on your keyboard to test if that is the sound is okay or not. But in probably level 7, level 8, level 9, level 10, there won't be audio test because the time is going to be very short, and they're gonna ask you to go play the technical task directly, just like this one. Okay, so what is technical task? Technical task is something that to test if you can fully understand music and if you have the skill to play keyboard. Those things such as scales, chords, like chromatic scales or formula patterns or progressions, arpeggios are included in here. And also it include the etudes that you're gonna play. After this one, it's gonna be repertoire. That means how many pieces you're gonna play in the exam. If you're in the elementary, you're gonna play 3 pieces. If you're in the advanced, it's gonna be 4 pieces or 5 pieces. It depends on your the level. And after you play the repertoire, there will be musicianship. Like they will ask you some questions about the beats or like rhythms. So ear training is something like clapback or playback. Okay, they will ask you what is the intervals are and what is what the like the chords is major or minor. If you are in the advanced level, it's going to be augmented, diminished, or something harder. And sight reading is the last one to be tested because it is 24 hours before the exam. It's going to be 24 hours before the exam. You will download the sight reading materials at home. And then you are going to practice within 24 hours. And then you're going to take the exam. And that's all about the test. And if you are taking level 5 or above, there will be theory exams, which is independent exam. Okay. So how is this sight reading materials looks like? So those two are very easy ones, so elementary levels. That preparatory A and preparatory B, it should be like this. And the first one is rhythm into clap back this rhythm, and then playing is like this into practice them 24 hours before the exam. Pre B is like this. Okay. And that's level 1 and that's level 4. Yeah, so far any question about the exam, because we're gonna go directly to the the theory later. So far any question? If you have any question, you can send a direct message to me, not message to anyone, because yeah, it's gonna be recorded and everybody can see that. We study piano adventure. So those series are based on the RCM exams. It's not necessary to take the exams per se, because I know that some of you are deciding not to take the exams, but I fully respect that. But this is a very good curriculum that we are studying, and those books are based on the curriculum actually. So they split into 4 books, which are lesson book. If you just zoom in here, I'm gonna zoom to 100%. Okay, cool. So you can see that's lesson book, and there is a performance book, and there's artistry book, and there is a theory book. So in those books, we only need the lesson book and performance book in our classes. We only need those 2 books. If you're interested to buy the theory book, it's you can definitely do that. You can definitely do that because we're gonna study them online. Okay, so everything's gonna be in here actually. Yeah. The issues of those books. Is there somebody's joining? Okay, so there's nobody. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So there's issues in here. If you just if you open the books of the elementary level, the preparatory level, you will find a note like this. You will find the page like this. So it's called base clef equals to F clef, or the treble clef equals to what? G clef, right? So that's incorrect. That's incorrect. So why is that? Because if you take a look at it here, if you take a look at here, so we have the treble clef in here. We have the bass clef in here. Bass clef in here. I'm going to circle them. You can see that. That's a bass clef. And that's a treble clef. Okay? Bass clef and treble clef. They are this one we call it G clef, okay, because this looks like G, right? G clef. So when G clef, this one is also G clef. When G clef move to here, so you can see the circle in here is right in here. So this is no longer treble clef. It's called French clef. And bass clef should be like this, and which is based on the F clef right in here. But if the F clef move to here, it is no longer bass anymore. It is sub bass. Okay, if it move to here, is something else. Okay, and some people ask me question, what is this one? What is this one? This one is a combination of the treble clef and bass clef. And so the middle one point, this part is C. Actually, this one is middle C. And can count up and count down in here. So they are totally different. So we have so many clefs in there. We have so many clefs in here. So that's if it looks like this one definitely is called G clef, but it's probably not treble clef. Just so you know that. So far, any question? Is that hard to understand? So that's incorrect in this book. Just be very careful about those things. Okay, let's move to the next one. There are very good things in the book. So, for example, I'll just give you a random example of this one because those things you have already studied. Most of you have already studied. We have the transposition. So, did you know that you can play Firefly using the G5 finger scale? So this one, what? Because the original one is C5 finger scale or C scale, pentatonic scale. But they wanted to change them from C to G. Okay? So this is very important. This one is very important because technically speaking, we call it fixed do if everything play with C. But if we move everything to different keys, for example, in here is G, maybe F, maybe something else, then that is called movable do, and that's what we are going to study. That means dou is not equal to C. It's not equal to C. Okay, dou and C are different. Only when it's C major, dou equals to C. But the rest of the majors like G major or F major or something else, dou is not C anymore. Okay, I'm gonna write it down for you just because I know that some of you just started study, and so you don't fully understand this. But just let you know that if it's F major, if it's G major, then do is F, do is G. Okay, only when it's to the when it comes to the C major, so it's do is equal to C. So do can be anything. Okay, do can be anything. Do you have anybody have any question? If you have any question, just yeah, type in the chat box and go directly to the message to me, to myself. So that we have already studied this one before, which is two systems. One is alphabet system, another one is SOFA system. So in the alphabet system, we have C, D, F, G, A, B. We mark everything with C, D, F, G, A, B. If it's a stuff notation in here, I know that some of you has not studied this one before, but there is five. Is that five? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, 5 lines in here. That is C. Okay, that is middle C. That's definitely C. Okay, but if that one is do, it depends. If it's in the C major, so it's do. If not, then it's not. Okay, that's the SOFA system. We have already studied the very basic hand sign of the SOFA system. Okay, I'm gonna give you this example later, and you know how to do the hand sign. Like do is like this, re is like this, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Okay, just practice these hand signs at home, like every day, until you can fully do, like, if there is a note in there, you know how to do that, and that's correct. If you want to write down something like based on the key, you can write down D, that's do, R, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, and do. Okay, so far that's a very very basic thing in here. And can you perhaps ask me any questions based on those things? Okay, do you have any questions, Sunny or Nancy? Okay, let's keep moving. This is how our online class is going to be like. So we're going to study rhythm and meters today, and the next class would be pitch and notations. Those are only for the elementary. So the very beginning of that. So those are only for the elementary. And this is the schedule. Actually, you can, if you want to check out your email, or something like that, you can definitely do that because that's everything's based on that. Or you can just screenshot, and that is the first half an hour of each classes would be like. But in the intermediate and advanced students, okay, that is very important. I'm gonna take a look at it if Nicholas and Oscar are here. Well, I cannot see who are here actually. Quinn is here, I know that, okay. Okay, so so we're only gonna be studying keys and skills for the level 7, level 9. Level 7 and level 9 students, we're only gonna study keys and skills, chords and harmony, form and analysis, because those three things are the most important things in the exams, and they count a lot of grades in there, a lot of the ratios in there. So we are gonna study this one like this. Today we're gonna study keys and skills. You're gonna grab a like a pencil and a piece of paper. If you don't, you can do that now because the next class is going to be all about writing down the skills. Okay, and the next class we're going to go through the ear training. We're going to go through the ear training. Okay, and the next class is going to be chords and harmony, and then next is going to be the ear training based on that. The last class would be form and analysis and ear training. Okay. Cool. So far, is anybody still here? And Sunny just said ha ha ha. Okay. Cool. So schedule is just like this. Rhythm is what we're gonna study today. Okay. We only need 10 minutes to go over this one. So everybody can listen to this one very carefully, especially for the elementary level. If you just study the piano, you will know there are a lot of notes in there, different type of the notes. This one, what we call is whole note. And this one is what we call is half. This one quarter. I'll just write down Q, quarter. This one is eighth. This one is 16th. And last one, if we see a dot in here, we call it dotted. Dotted, and this one's what? Half. So we need to write down dotted half. And that's all the types of the notes so far. Why should we do this? Why should we do just use different shapes of the notes? Okay, because the time of you play those notes are different. So that's what we call rhythm. That's what we call rhythm. It depends on the time signature in the future if you're studying this one. But just so you know, so far, there are totally different kinds of the notes in here. The most, like the common one should be like this, a quarter note. When it comes to the regular one, if it's a 4/4 beats in here, This one's 1 beat or 1 count, 1 beat. Okay, or we call it ta. And this one is what, like 2 beats. This one should be 2 beats. Is in the 4/4 time signature, or 3/4 or 2/4, as long as the bottom one is 4. Okay, this one is 2 beats, and this one we call it ta a. This one we call it T. Okay, so if 2 of them combining together is TT, like if you draw, should be like this. Okay, and there are 2 notes in here. Cool. And this one is, just to let you know, this one's called tika tika. If 4 of them combining together is tika tika. Okay, tika tika. Somebody write down as tili tili, but some of them are tika tika. So we call it tika tika. I'm gonna write it down for tika tika. Tika tika. Okay. Okay. So next class we're gonna study pitch and notation. So it's gonna be not in this class. Just a little bit preview of that one. We're gonna study stuff notation. There will be 5 lines and 4 spaces. 5 lines and 4 spaces. And clap, we already studied this one before, and just a little bit to preview of this one. This one, what we call it, G clap, and this one is what we call F clap. Okay, and this one's C clap. I'm just not going to write down because sometimes somebody calls this one differently. Is G clap the treble clap, or is the F clap the bass clap? Can somebody answer this question? Correct. Okay, if you answer this one, I know it's F clap, but it's not it's probably not bass clap, because if you take a look at it in here, I'm gonna just clear this one. In the beginning of this class, we have already told you about this. Yeah, so maybe it is bass clap or sub bass clap or whatever claps are there. And that one's that's G clap, but it's probably not treble clap. It's probably a French clap or mezzo soprano piano or something like that. But just I know that they're probably different. They have the different meanings. And tempo signature, time signature, key signature dynamics is something that we're gonna study next class. But we will have some questions and ask you. Okay. Now I'm gonna stop sharing. Let's just quickly do a like listening ear training. Okay, before we move to the next level. Sounds good. Okay, let me know if you can see my screen. Wait a second. Can you see my screen now? Cool. So we're gonna do a very quick ear training for the easiest one. Okay, let's take a look at what we're gonna have in the exam. Let's just do the rhythm one. Okay, Now I'm gonna play this one, and can you tell me, because we already know this one. This one is what? This one called ta. I'm gonna write down for you. This one called ta, 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 ah, and this one's ta. Okay, sorry about my writing. And the long notes in here, ta is right in here. Okay, so those are the two long notes in here. I'm gonna play this one and let me know is pattern A or pattern B. Okay, and you can use direct message to me. Okay, there is a melody in here. I know that some of you got have a little bit confused about that because it is the beat, or sometimes you just clap back in here. It's basically the same thing. The melody shows everything in here. Okay, listen to that. So which note is a long note? Is the third one or the last one? Okay, I'm gonna play that one again. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna play that again, and can you see my mouse in here? Can you see this one? Okay, let's quickly do this one. I'm gonna just tap this one in here, so you can see which one is the long note. Okay, so the answer is pattern A. The two short, and then the long, and then the short, and then the short. Okay, so oh, sorry about that. Let's do one more, and then the elementary students, and then you can leave after this one. Okay, so which one we are gonna identify here? Those things. Okay, now think about it. Can you hear one long note or two long notes in here? Clear all. Okay, let's do this. Okay, almost everybody's correct. Beautiful. So how do you do this? So I'm gonna play it again, and I'm gonna everybody see my see. Okay. So it's short, long, long, and short. Okay. Cool. So far, the elementary students, do you have any question? If you don't have any question, you can. The class of yours is the end. And if you want to stay here just for fun to listen to the advanced and then the intermediate, like the level 7 or level 9, you can definitely stay here and just hang in here for a while. Okay. Okay, if nothing else, you can probably leave. Okay, only the level 7 and level 9 students, you can stay here. Okay, now we're gonna study something very hard. So back in here, everything is gonna be based on level 7 so far, and it's everything. Okay, so take a look at it because Oscar, Nick, and Asin and Quinn are gonna be in here just to listen to this one. Cool. Do you remember what kind of skills we have studied before? We know that we have the major skills, minor skills, right? Some of you have already studied blues skills or something like that. Yeah. So pen skills, we have learned those things before. But today we're gonna study something new, and it involved with diatonic or chromatic skills or different writings of the tonic, diatonic, or the chromatic. Okay. Okay. If you have a piece of paper, you can use the paper just to write down something now. Okay, let's just get ready to the skills. So chromatic scale, whole tone, octatonic, pentatonic, and blues scales is what we're going to study today. Okay. So if there is a scale writing like this, okay, if there is a scale writing like this, you must recognize what kind of scale it should be like. It should be. Okay. For example, this one, you got a sharp, you got flat, you got a natural, you will know that. But okay, so let's just take a look at it because we need to know how to recognize them. Okay? That's the chromatic scale. Okay, chromatic scale, you need to take a look at the one on C. The one on C. Okay? This one is what? C, C sharp, and one is natural, one is sharp, one is like this, one is like this. So take a look at them. Right? F sharp in here, like a G flat in here. If it's a natural one, so when you go up, you need to write down the sharps. The sharps. Okay? But when you do the descending, you need to write down all the flats. Flat. Okay? So those are almost the same in the sharp F, sharp side, okay? The sharp side scales, chromatic scales. Right now is sharp, and then when you get down, it's natural, flat. And the last one must be what? To think about it, because this one is sometimes different. You need to think about it, what kind of scales in there. But basically, go up is sharp and go down is flat. And chromatic scale is what? Natural. This one, because it's flat G, basically everything is going to be flat. The natural is just like the sharp, because it used to be the what? The flat. It's not like there's no time signature right in front of you. Okay, there's no time signature in there. So you have to write down the accidentals all the time. That's a very basic rule of writing or recognizing the chromatic scales. Okay, you have to use the accidentals. You have to write down the sharps. So sharp S is what? 6 sharps. Is that right? G, D, A, E, and F. Yes, 6 sharps. And you need to write down all the sharps in here. A flat G, you need to write down all the flats in here. Okay, there's no time signature. There's no key signature. Okay, let's move to the next one. Okay, so that's the skills given to you already. But now there's no such things. There's no such things. There is one piece in here. Luckily, we only have probably treble clef or bass clef, but sometimes you will have the stuff like the treble clef plus the bass clef. How could you possibly just write down the skills like what do we have studied in here? So if we know the skills in here, we know them, they're right in here. But if there's nothing here, if there's nothing in there, how could you possibly just transfer this one to the skills? Okay, you need to write down. Just take a look at this time, the key signature in here. It's a E major. E major. So you have to start from E. So this note is E. The last one is E. And write down all the notes up there. You have to write down in a spare manuscript paper. So you need to write down E in here. Is it E sharp? No, E is not sharp. And then the F is in here. Is F sharp? Yes, F sharp. You need to write down the F in here. And then G in here. Is G sharp? And then what? Do you have the A? Yes, we have the A. There's no sharp in here, right? Fa, do, so, re, there's no A. And then T in here, and then do in here, and then the re, sorry. And then the re in here. So, okay, and then, sorry, there's one more do in here. Yes, cool. So you need to write down the scale first, and then identify what kind of scale it is. Okay. Okay, now we're moving to the whole tone scale. Okay, there are two ways of writing down them, and one is like this, one is like this, but those are different. Okay, written two different ways. Okay, that is based on the natural C natural. Start from C and then to C, then it's C natural. If you have any questions so far, then just ask me in here. Okay, I'm gonna keep moving because we're short of time. If it's sharp C, okay, it's based on what C, sharp C major. So you need to write down either in here or that way. Are those the same notes? Yes. Are those the same? Yes. They're all the same. I think there is a term called, I'm not sure, just correct me if I'm wrong. It's called diatonic equivalent. I'm not sure if that is right or wrong. Diatonic equivalent. It means if the note is either sharp F or flat G, they are the same thing. That's called diatonic equivalent. Okay, I'm not sure about that, if the terms is right or wrong, but there is something called that, equivalent. So there are two ways to write it down actually. Yeah, just think about it. That's called the whole tone scale. It looks like this. Okay, I'm gonna quickly read through this one. So to write a whole tone scale, first you need to build a series of whole steps using accidentals as required. So basically C and D, they are whole tone and whole step, and then from D to E, their whole step is keep going like this. So it's either you can write down sharp F or flat G. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter as long as they're whole tone, whole step. Everything's whole step. Okay, everything's whole step. And do not change the starting note inharmonic. Quick, I was wrong. So it's called inharmonic equivalent. So that word is called inharmonic equivalent. Inharmonic equivalent. It's not diatonic equivalent. It's called inharmonic equivalent. That means they're the same thing, but they write down differently. Okay, it's called inharmonic. And the last step is remember a whole tone scale consists of 6 different pitches, and all notes are separate by a whole tone. Okay, that's a whole tone. Did you write down everything so far? Chromatic scale and then the whole tone scale. Okay, the third one that we're gonna study is octatonic scale. So octatonic scale is is like this or this. Okay, if you want to, you can write down H means whole step, half step, and then W means whole step. So half, whole, half, whole, half, whole, half, whole, or whole step, half step, just like this. For example, the form 1, let's take a look at it. So from C to D flat is what? Is half. So this one is half. And this one is whole. And this one's half, etc., etc., just like this. Everything's just like this. C sharp to this one is what? Half. And then the whole. Okay, same thing. And this one start from the whole tune and then to the wait. Sorry, this one's half. It's half and then the whole. The same thing. Okay, so it's either half, whole, half, whole, half, whole, or whole step, half step, whole step, half step. Okay, that's the third one. Okay, the fourth one we're going to study is pan scale, 5 notes. Okay, if you see if you see 1, 2, 3, 4, sorry, 1, 2, 3. What's going on here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this one's to go back to the top, so this one doesn't count. So if there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's nothing in here, nothing in here. So it's called pentascale. So it's easy to recognize pentascale, but there's something more you need to recognize if it's major or minor. Okay, this one is major pentascale, and it is like major second and major second, and then the minor third. But minor one start from the minor third. Okay, if you are familiar with solfa, it's easily to recognize. This one is do, re, mi, sol, la. No matter which key. If we change this one to F major or something like that, it's still the same. Do, re, mi, sol, la. If we change everything to the minor key, is what? La, do, re, mi, sol, la. Okay, think about the keyboard. It starts from La. We call it La because this one is no longer Do anymore. Okay, this one's called La. Or this one is a Do. Okay, we're gonna use some the practical exam thing to just to figure it out later. Okay. Okay. This pentascale is that pentascale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 notes in here. 5 notes in here. The last one doesn't count because this one's the same. This one's the same like this. G flat. Okay. This is a pentascale. Think about it. If this one is a major or minor one. Okay, you can answer the question in the chat box actually. So think about it. What are they? So the first one is what? Major second, and those two are major second. Two major second, and then there is a minor third. So what is this? It's a major or minor? Just type your answer in the chat box. Do you need to take a look at it here? Okay, major, major, and then minor. What is this? Is this one major pentascale or minor pentascale? Okay, this is how you recognize it. It's not minor because I just told you this. The first two are major and then followed with a minor third. Okay, if the beginning is a minor third, then it's a minor pentascale. Are we clear? So what? Just recognize what is the intervals between them, and what is the interval between them. Okay, basically you can recognize if it's major or minor. This one's major. I just told you it's major second, and this one's major second too. Blues. Blues is something based on the, is there any, oh yeah, minor. So based on the minor pentascale, if you cannot recognize a minor pentascale, think about la. Think about la, do, re, mi, sol, la. So those two, the first one begin with a minor third. Minor third. Do you need to go back and take a look at the minor pentascale again? If you don't need to, this one is a minor pentascale. They add one more in here. They add one more. So that's a blues. If you want to, you can play them on your piano, any of them. So sounds like jazz music or something like that, because there is a small thing after the fourth one. Okay, so there's one more in there. Okay. That's a. Let's listen to this blues scale.
Norwood's No Time Blues uses the C blues scale. Notice the G, G flat, and F run in the right-hand middle. Note that all.
Okay, there's no playing. I started with this piece. Just okay. So sounds weird is it's a blues scale. Sounds good. I think that's pretty much everything. Let's just do one small task in here. Okay, there is a form right in here. There is a form right in here. Tell me which one is this one. Okay, tell me which one is this. Okay, we have a correct answer in here. Okay, let's take a look at it. Yeah. So just step, half step, half step, half step, and then half step, half step, half step down. Okay, this one. Okay, what is this one? Is this one chromatic scale? I know this one is half step, but those two are not. Okay, those two are not. Okay, is this one whole tone? So are those whole step? No, I don't think so. Is that major tonic? It's because it's so long. It's definitely not pan scale. It's definitely not pan scale. Or it's blues, maybe. Or it's octatonic. Yeah, that's right. Okay, octatonic. Okay, I'm not sure if you can just go back and we're gonna save something here. If you have a no, tell me. Okay, you know what? Let's just go back here. Okay, we're gonna leave. Scales here, octatonic, octatonic, octatonic. Okay, you have to have this visual memory of this. Whole tone, three forms. Okay, octatonic is like this. It's half whole, half whole, half whole, half whole, or whole, half whole, half. So what is the answer? So let's go back to that that question and answer this one, and then we're gonna call it continue. Okay, sure. So this one is what? This one, I know this one is half step, right? And this one is what? Whole. And this one what? Half. And this one is what? Whole. So what is the answer now? Okay, I want to see everybody's answer in here. Okay, everybody needs to give you your okay, everybody's here? Okay, cool. Nice. So we know the answer is here, okay? One more or two more to go, whatever. Okay, this one's easy. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what is this? First of all, we have already know 5 notes are what? 5 notes in here are. Ignore this one because this one is not, because they are the same. There are 5 notes. 5 notes. So it's definitely pan scale. But let's see if it's major pan scale or minor pan scale. Okay? How do you recognize them? This one kind of like the easiest one because it's do, re, mi, sol, la. Already gave it to you. Is that right? Do, re, mi, sol, la. So you know directly it's major pan scale because it's do, re, mi, sol, la. If you start from la, la, do, re, mi, sol, la, then it's minor. Okay? Okay, quick question. This one, I'm not going to say anything. I'll give you 1 minute to answer this one. Everybody need to answer this one, okay? Okay, we got some answers in here. Okay, so this one, how many notes? Count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So is this pentascale or not? Pentascale only pentascales only have like 5 notes. There's one extra in here. So it's definitely not pentascale. And what did I say about the blues before? It's minor pentascale plus extra. That's blues. Okay? Okay, this one also what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is this pentascale? Okay, now write down your answer quickly. Quickly. 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's take a look at your answers. Okay. So, okay, everybody, this is our class. I'm going to stop recording. And how should I stop recording?